In this demo, I'm going to cover using Spectrum Protect with Spectrum Scale. This is also known as Tivoli Storage Manager with GPFS. With Tivoli Storage Manager, you could utilize the progressive incremental backup to do backups on the GPFS file system. However, that would give you a single process and it'll be a little bit slower versus if you use the mmbackup command. The mmbackup command utilizes the GPFS policy engine and is able to rapidly scan the file systems. The backups are able to run in parallel by using the GPFS cluster nodes. The mmbackup utilizes something called a shadow database to compute the backup. It also will take in consideration includes and excludes from your Tivoli Storage Manager options files. Now, mmbackup will work in conjunction with progressive backup. So if you do already have progressive backups out there, you can seamlessly switch to a mmbackup. One of the pieces you'll need to be aware of is the ability to rebuild the shadow database, and this becomes important if you do something like delete a file space from inside of Spectrum Scale server, or if you do something like change the policies, or if you do something like restore your Spectrum Protect server. With this rebuild command, it'll actually go out and compare what's inside of the Spectrum Protect server with the inventory on the GPFS file system and determine what needs to be backed up. When you do an mmbackup, you basically initiate the mmbackup. If there's an existing shadow database, and if not, it'll query the Spectrum Protect server and generate that shadow database. It'll go ahead and perform the file system scan. It'll compare those scan results to the shadow database and then perform the backup or deletions needed against the Spectrum Protect server. Finally, it'll analyze the results and it'll finish the backup. So the net of it is that mmbackup is going to provide increased backup performance for your GPFS file systems. Let's go ahead and take a look at a demo. Here we have a Linux system that's part of a GPFS cluster. You can see the different machines that are involved in this cluster. And here you can see that the GPFS file system we have mounted is called GPFS2. Here in our Tivoli Storage Manager admin console, if I issue a query file space, I can see that this file space has already been backed up with the progressive incremental backup. So before doing the first mmbackup, I will do a rebuild of the shadow database. So you can see it's going out there and it finds that files are already backed up, and it's queried the Spectrum Protect server and is now going to scan the GPFS file system and then reconstruct the shadow database. And here we've completed successfully. So now all there's left to do is to simply kick off the mmbackup. Remember, it will take a look at any include/excludes I have in my options file. And even though I've done this manually, you could easily schedule this to run on a regular basis. Okay, and we can see that the mmbackup finished successfully. If you did want to restore an individual file, you would simply go into the web client, click on Restore, and drill down to the file level. Now notice here we have that mmbackup shadow that is also going to be backed up as part of your GPFS file system. Now I can simply click on the files I want to restore, click Restore, say where I want to restore to, and then the restore is complete. So in summary, to utilize mmbackup, all you need is the Spectrum Protect client installed. You need to register the node name on the Spectrum Protect server, and then simply do your mmbackup. You may want to use the mmbackup -- rebuild in order to make sure your shadow database is up to date. And if you want to restore a file, you simply go through the normal Spectrum Protect web GUI. Be sure to check out the other two videos on Spectrum Scale and Spectrum Protect with HSM and with the disaster recovery tool SOBAR. Thanks.